Hello again, this is PC Delta Link, back with more of our Enigmatica 2 Let's Play Normal Mode, and this is episode 96. Alright, we're back over here in our blood magic area, and you might recall last time we'd kind of left off finding out that we needed a lot more demonic will than we actually had access to at the time, but we found a way to fix that problem, permanently. And it's by using what is known as the Sentient Sword. Now this one's almost broken, so I'm going to go ahead and make a new one with you guys. What's special about this weapon is that if you kill an enemy with it, it will drop raw will, just like if you hit them with those soul snares we'd used previously. Let me get our inventory over to blood magic. Here we go. So to make one of these, it's really simple. All it takes is at your Hellforge, you need an iron sword and a petty tartaric gem. It doesn't require any will, so we're just going to do that real quick. We're going to take our iron sword, our gem, nope, not there, in here. And there we go. And this doesn't drain any will, so this is still going to be full when it's done. And there we go, we have a new sentient sword. This thing's damage also somewhat scales with how much will you're carrying around in your inventory. Yes, we'll get to the giant box here in just a couple minutes. So, but this allowed us to get a lot more will, and very easily, too. You can see here I have a lesser tartaric gem, which we couldn't even craft this last time, because we didn't have 60 will to craft it. Using petty, diamond, lapis lazuli block, and redstone block. But now we have managed to craft it, and we've actually filled this one, and this one is about half full. So we're going to take this one with us. And let me set it to... middle of the night should be fine. Yeah, midnight. Midnight's good. So let's see what will we're at currently. We're at 110. So let's see where we're at with a little bit of... There's a zombie already. There's a couple things already. Let's just kill one and see what we get. So already that put us at 113, so... actually, it was 113.8, so almost 4 right there. On the whole, it seems to be about 2 hits to kill something, which is pretty dang good for a basic weapon like this. And that's really not bad at all. The durability on this weapon's decent as well. There's actually a quest reward that gave this the first time, and when it did, it actually gave like an enchantment that gave Unbreaking 2 with it. Obviously, the implication being there that you could use the Unbreaking enchantment on the sword to make it last longer. Though it's not really necessary, I don't think. Petty tartaric gems are not that expensive. And the iron sword, of course, is really nothing. Come on. So yeah, that's really not a problem. That's a good dodge. So just staying outside at night and doing this for a little bit would not take you long to build up demonic will. So just right there, what are we at now? We almost filled that in that length of time. So that pretty much fixes our demonic will problems, definitely for the near future. I've been using this first sword I made for quite a while, and it's just now starting to get down to lower levels. Let me go ahead and set it back to daytime so that we can work outside without a problem. And while that's switching, I'll go ahead and drop off all the loot we just picked up. Decent for experience farming, too. Get rid of some of these that I don't need to carry around. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to... Well, actually, I suppose first thing I should do is talk about this big structure that's now over the altar. So you might recall that I had talked briefly about getting a setup to where we would be using a monster spawner to supply the blood for our blood altar here. So you can see actually our blood altar is full of life essence. It's at 10,000 millibuckets. So that is full for this current tier. So what I've basically created here is I have a powered zombie spawner right there. You can see it right there. And you can also see there's those fans in there underneath it. I'm going to go back here. These are the same ones we have using for our wither spawner that we have pushing them into the portal. And I could make another setup with a portal for this. But we did something slightly different here. So the zombies spawn up on this platform. They get pushed off the edge. And then they get dropped onto these red conveyor belts here and shoved into the hole in the middle of the platform. And the reason there's glass all on top of this is because enemies can't spawn on glass, so that keeps the zombies from spawning on top of this structure. So that's why that's covered in glass. I do think it's a little weird that the fans actually push me, even though they're in a sealed thing, but whatever. That's why I might consider moving the initial spawn to like a portal area like the Wither has. You know, one of those draconic evolution portals. So then they get shoved into there and drop down and land right in the middle here with a little half slab here giving me access to their feet so I can kill them. Because like I think I'd mentioned briefly, but when you use enemies to get life essence like this, they basically have to be right on top of the altar for the kill to register and count. So that's why we built it the way it is. There's really no pretty way to do this, unfortunately, that I know of. So, yeah, we're just going to deal with that as is. In order to keep enemies from spawning below the upper area, we just have this whole thing as 1 block tall. So no enemies can actually spawn in this lower area either. They have to spawn in the room up top. Now, we can't just kill them with any weapon to get life essence out of them. We have to use a special weapon known as a Dagger of Sacrifice. So before we had our sacrificial dagger, I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, sacrificial dagger. So we had that before. Oh, we have another couple gems in here. Oh, well, that's good. Cool. Okay. Good to know. The Dagger of Sacrifice, right here, this is made with simply an iron sword and 3,000 life points in a tier 2 altar. So this we do have right here. We're going to grab this sword. And we're going to go ahead and shove it in here, because we're going to need this. Now, while that's infusing real quick, I'll show you the recipe for these conveyor belts. Now, these conveyor belts, if you played Factorio, these conveyor belts are probably very familiar to you for the different speeds they offer. You can see them up here on the right. You know, we have a speed of 8, a speed of 16, a speed of 20, and a speed of 32. It is actually a pretty dang fast conveyor system. I'm going to go stop the rain because that's really annoying. I don't need rain right now. Oh, and a storm to top it off. But, like, if I place these down... Whoops. Well, that... Okay, well... Yeah, you can see they're quite strong. That's pretty fast for me not moving anything. And I can't even run against it. Even sprinting with my armor that I've currently got, I cannot overcome the strength for those conveyor belts. So that's pretty strong. But these aren't very expensive either. I'll show you the recipe on these. Oh, right. I'll have to fix that. Let me show you the recipe first. So the recipe is pretty simple. It's whatever color you want. You know, green, red, blue, or actually it's light blue, purple. And you just use whatever color dye you want for that. Either floral powder or rose red, wild berries. You know, whatever you want to use. 4 iron ingots and a piece of clay gets you 8 of these. So you actually get a lot of these per crafting operation, which is great. But yeah, something else very important since this happened now is you have to use a wrench to change their direction. Now, it doesn't matter what wrench you have or use. You could use pretty much any wrench from any mod, I think. Because I've used like 3 different ones and they've all worked just fine. The reason I like this one is it doesn't have durability. But yeah, so super simple to get that. And so that's how we built that. Now our next step we are going to move on to is we've got our highlight here for this. Oh, we've got our Dagger of Sacrifice. Yes, okay, good. Now real quick, actually, this would be a good time to test this. So currently we have 7,000 life essence. So let's get... I'm just going to put a capacitor in here. We'll do just the double layer one for now. I don't think we need anything higher than that. So let's take a look here. And you see they get shoved into the hole down here. Now if we take our Dagger of Sacrifice and we hit one of them, it will kill him instantly. We actually do get the drops, and you see here we have life essence in the altar. So that gives about 100. So it's 104 each for the zombies, it seems, give or take. I'm not sure if it's based on their total health, but it seems decent. Now, how did you spawn down here? But yeah, so as you can see, this is actually... Oh, God, lag. But as you can see, this is actually a pretty good method to get life essence built up. So, I'm going to go ahead... Where are you spawning at that you are able to do that? Oh, literally in midair. Okay. Cool. Alright. Well, that shouldn't be happening, but oh well. So let me go ahead and take this out for now. And we'll go ahead and kill whoever's left in here. So yeah, the dagger will one-shot anything close to the altar and just drain their life essence directly into it. So now we don't have to worry about killing ourselves and damaging ourselves and then having to run back and heal up and, you know, use the little, the flower in our Britannia area and all that stuff. We don't have to worry about any of that anymore. Because we don't need it. Alright, so we got our blank ruins here. We got our cobblestone, and we have 8 stone bricks. So we've already got our cobblestone lined up around here. So let me... Oh, geez. Let's get this all lined up on each of the sides here. There we go. Okay, the outside's done. Now we just got to get the 8 stone bricks, 2 in each corner, and then finally the glowstone on top of each pillar. Okay, and that is a tier 3 altar. Or it should be. Does our capacity not increase? I thought it would. Well, let me check something here. $25,000. No, I can't craft that. What about... I know an easy way to test this real quick, see if it actually is working. Well, that was assuming I had some cooked stone with me, which I don't. Oh, wait, hang on. I can do this. Let me just take one of these blank slates, because we should be able to... If this altar really did upgrade to tier 3, we should be able to take the reinforced slate and upgrade it to an imbued slate. So, actually, let me have the reinforced slate instead. Let me see... Yes, okay, this is tier 3 because it is upgrading it. Okay, well that's really cool. So apparently it still caps us out at 10,000 millibuckets, which is kind of annoying. Because that's really not a whole lot of life essence still compared to what we need right now. Yeah, we have an imbued slate. Okay, yes, this altar is tier 3. Because otherwise there's no way it would let me do that. Okay, so we're going to need a couple things now. And I think, can't I... There should be a couple other ruins. Where's... Yeah, imbued slate. Okay, let me... Well, I know one thing for sure I want to get at least a little bit of real quick. And while the sun sets, I'll set this to daytime. But as before, like we did with this upper area, actually we're just going to take the upper areas, we can change out some of these ruins for better ones that aren't just blank, they actually have a function. So we're going to upgrade these. We already have runes of self-sacrifice, which we really don't need anymore because we now are going to be using mobs for essence. But we can get runes of sacrifice, which work with the mobs kill... Oh, do I have this backwards? Yeah, I do. These will work with the mobs that are dropped from our spawner, the zombies. So these will improve how much yield we get from each of those. So let's craft 4 of these for now. Go ahead and give me my Blood Orb back. And I have a thought on how we're going to improve the capacity of this. I just didn't think I was going to do that yet, and I'm kind of annoyed if we're going to do that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get these runes in here. And now, what are we currently at? 3,500? So let me get a double layer in here again. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to work on that spawning. They should not be spawning in mid-air right now. Okay, we killed like 3, and we already almost gained 1,000 out of that. Yeah, it's kind of annoying that the spawning's not working properly. I don't know why it's spawning them in the air. It wasn't doing this when I tested it. Yeah, already got 5,000. You know, I considered doing creepers because they would be quiet, but considering that the spawning's now just kind of throwing them everywhere outside of, since they're spawning them in the air, I'm kind of glad I didn't choose a creeper spawner. Because that could have been bad if that didn't happen. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, let me go ahead and take that out. So, the next thing I would like to build... Oh, seriously? Oh my gosh. There we go. The other thing that's nice about creepers, if I fixed it to where they would work, is... Whoops, I broke the torch. That's okay. The other thing that's nice about creepers is that their drops are pretty common. Like, zombies can sometimes give me this armor and crap that I don't need, and creepers aren't going to do that, so don't have to worry about that. Give me a, yeah. Alright, so last time we were going to make some sigils that we had set up over here, but the biggest problem we had with that was we didn't have enough will to do that. Oh, I just remembered, I'm gonna need, well, I'm gonna need the divination sigil, yes, that's one thing. I don't need this, don't need this, don't need this, don't need this. And get rid of some of this crap out of my inventory. Okay, how much is in our network right now? 3,200? I'm going to get some more of this, but I'm going to save you your eardrums and, like, spam click my armor while I'm doing this. So, be right back. Okay, there we go. Almost maxed out the entropy on the armor, but our life network is now at 9,400. So, almost 3 times what we had it at just by breaking my eardrums there for a minute. So, okay, let's get some of these slates made that we were trying to make last time. Let's start with the air sigil, because some of these sigils are really cool. So, let's see. For air sigil, we need a reinforced slate, which... should have a couple of those in my backpack. Yeah, I do. Probably might need more. Not 100% sure. Okay, but we have a reinforced slate. And then we're going to need our arcane ashes, I'm pretty sure... And then, what else do we need? We need the air reagent, which is our feathers, gas tier, and 128 will minimum, with 20 being drained. So this is why we need a lesser tartar gems, Because our petty ones, I think they only hold 60. So petty gems really don't hold all that much. So let's take this one because it's maxed out. We'll just put this one back for now. And we'll go ahead and get our gas tier and 2 feathers. We'll set this up in the Hellfire Forge. Like so. And put this like that. And we'll throw this back over here. And there we go. There's our air reagent. So, okay, so now all I need to do is place down our alchemy, our arcane ashes to get our alchemy circle. Alchemy array, my bad. Put in the air reagent, and then put in the reinforced slate. And this should get us the air sigil. Alright, we got it. Okay, so how this thing works, I believe, it's been a few years since I've used it. I believe this basically lets you fly at the cost of life points out of your network. So let me go ahead and try it. Let me just right-click it. Yeah, it basically... Oh, and, well, hang on. I can test this. Is it no fall damage? Yeah, no fall damage carrying this. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. So yeah, no fall damage carrying this. You could basically use this to fly. Let me see. I hit the wrong button there. Okay, so let me do some math here. So we are at 9550 right now. How much does one use of this take? So 50 life points per click of your mouse on this item. So you could just spam click like crazy and fly using this item. You definitely could. There's nothing stopping you. But you just gotta watch your life point total. Because now, after all that, that used almost 2,000 life points. So yeah, there's basically kind of cheap flight. But hey, it is an option if you guys need it. So that's kind of one of the better ones. I do like that slate. It's kind of fun to play around with that. So alright, let's move on to the next one I had picked out and wanted to show off the other day. This is the Sigil of the Green Grove. And this one increases plant growth speed. So this requires growth reagent, which is 2 saplings, sugarcane, and a piece of sugar with 128 will and 20 will drained. So let's go ahead and grab this. Come over here. Put our stuff. Oh yeah, it doesn't split those. Like so. This should get us our growth reagent. Okay, there we go. And I believe, isn't it just the same thing again? Yeah, growth, reinforced. Okay, yeah. We're good. So let me throw that down again. Throw our growth reagent and reinforced. This really needs a sound effect. I don't know why that's alchemy array doesn't have a sound effect. It really ought to. That's cool. Okay, so the Sigil of the Green Grove increases plant speed. Or plant growth speed. Plant speed. Yes, plants run super fast now. So let me just break some plants here. We'll just do this to kind of reset these a little bit. Why does it seem like it rains constantly in this playthrough? I really don't get it. And it's really annoying, too, when you don't want it. Okay, so the Sigil of the Green Grove is one that runs constantly once you turn it on. So currently we have 7,400 life points. Okay, it should be... I might have to shift right-click, hang on. I think it's active now. Yes. Yeah, so you can see we are draining life essence. Yeah, fairly steadily. But we should be seeing more effects than this by now, unless this really got nerfed. This still at 0%. Well, okay, now it's starting to hit a little bit. Okay, there's some green sparkles going on here, like bone meal effects going on. So how's our life essence? 6,200? Okay. Okay, seeing that one's already back up. It's kind of strange. Now, I do believe if you just right-click something with it, like I'm doing right there, you can directly apply a bone meal effect to the item. And I believe that costs life essence as well. Yeah, we're already at 4,400. So I am going to go ahead and shut off. You have to shift right-click again to shut it off. And if you look down at the hotbar down there, when I turn it on, you see it glows green. So at a glance, it's easier to tell when it's actually on that way. But that used up a bit of life essence, so let me get a little bit more of that, and I'll be right back again. Oh, that's incredibly broken that I can just do that without leeching off my health and just take from the armor instead. So, that's super nice. What are we back up to? 9,900. Sweet. Okay, what else did I have here? Let's see. I had a couple more, it looks like. So let me go ahead and let me put this Sigil of the Green Grove back in. Let me go ahead. There's two more I'd like to make today, at least for now. So the first one I'd like to make is the Sigil of Holding. So this is supposed to let us store all our sigils in one item, and then we can just rotate through them and use whichever one we need to. So this is made from holding reagent along with a... Oh, this is imbued. Well, hey, we have imbued because we created one just a couple minutes ago. So yeah, we can make this. So 2 string, a chest, and a piece of leather with 64 will minimum and 20 will be drained. So let me go ahead and grab that. And let me just put the string in here. Chest, leather. How are we doing? Okay, there's 215 will left in there. Now to be 195. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, and double check the rest. No, it's just this and the imbued slate. We're good, we're good. So let me go ahead and throw our arcane ashes down and get our alchemy array, get the holding reagent, and imbued slate. Work in progress. Okay. Alright, we have a Sigil of Holding. I have no clue how this works. Oh, okay. So how do I put stuff into it, though, is the question. Oh. Press... Okay, cool. So, yes, it can hold... Okay, I need to have some of our sigils that I created. Yeah, just getting air sigil and green growth. Okay. So, yeah, you have to use whatever keybind you have. So, yeah, here we got our Sigil of the Green Grove. We got our air sigil. And if I jump into my backpack here, we'll have our water sigil. Oh, got to be on the Sigil of Holding to do that. And now, if we... How do we switch while we're in there? Okay, so hold shift and use the mouse wheel, and you'll scroll through whatever sigils you have held in here. You can create multiple Sigils of Holding, so you can have more than this. It'll just take 2 or more. You cannot have Sigils of Holding inside Sigils of Holding. No infinite storage for you. No, sorry. So now, if we have this, we should just be able to... Yeah, it just takes the function. So here we're using the air sigil. It just takes the function of the exact thing we had. There we go. Then if we scroll to water, we can create our water source. And then Green Grove, we could turn it on. And then shift right click again, turn off. So yeah, it's really handy. Really cool way to hold multiple sigils at once and access them as needed. How's our... oh yeah, I don't have that one equipped. Divination sigil. 9,100. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to make before we run out of time today is there is a small upgrade to the divination sigil we can get, which is called the Seer's Sigil. And here it is right here. It's made with a sight reagent and reinforced slate. The sight reagent comes from a divination sigil with glass and glowstone. 64 will, 0 will drained, so it doesn't actually cost any will, you just have to have enough to start the process. However, I need 1 reinforced slate, which I don't have because I turned that into an imbued slate, so we're going to do this real quick. And we just got to grab this before it becomes an imbued slate. Give me a second here, this shouldn't take long. Now, you do have time, of course, to... it does give you a couple seconds, as I mentioned, to pull it off of here before it starts the next crafting process. But if you want, you can pull it off while it's doing the next crafting process. However, you just waste any life essence that had already pumped into it, and you'll have to completely start from scratch if you need to craft using that same item. So it's not a huge deal, but we're just trying to save essence here. So alright, let's go ahead and get those items, which should be right here. They are. Let's get glowstone, glass, more glass, and our divination sigil. I'm assuming this consumes the divination sigil. Yes, but we shouldn't need that divination sigil after we do this. So let's get our arcane ashes once again, and our sight reagent, and reinforced slate, and there we go. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, it looks like an eye, yeah. So let's see how much fancier this is compared to our old divination sigil. Quest complete, seer sigil. Sorry, it still shows our network. Oh, sweet. Okay. So, if you look on the left side of the screen here, it shows us... okay, it shows us what tier the altar is, which is 3. I'm assuming the up arrow up there means it can be upgraded. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Inactive, I believe, just means that it's not currently crafting anything. Oh, it also shows us more at the top of the screen, too, I just noticed. Okay, that's cool. Let's see. I'm not sure what the 5 buckets are. Oh, that means I could take 5 buckets, because there's 5,000 life essence in there. Okay. And charge is 0. Charge comes from a different ruin that we don't have yet. Go away, I'm trying to record here. So yeah, charge comes from, where is it? Here, right here. Charging runes. These we're going to get into later on, because this is with a slate we can't even make yet. This is demonic slate, which is from a tier 4 altar, and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, that's what we'll have to get into next time, is working on upgrading these. I will also work on upgrading the ruins around the altar here, these 20. I won't do all of them, I don't think, but I will do some of them. And again, now that we're on tier 3 altar... I mean, I already did these, but the runes in the corners here are valid. You just have to be tier 3 to use these. If you're on tier 2, you can only use the middle ones up top. So we got 20 potential upgrades. The one that we might look at doing next episode is we might use... I don't know if it's capacity. I'd have to read the book, and I'm not going to do that at the end of the episode. But I'm not sure if it's capacity or augmented capacity. Never mind. It's capacity, I think. Yeah, that's just imbued. So capacity, I believe, increases the amount of life essence the altar can store. And if you had caught this earlier, we currently have the Apprentice Blood Orb. To get the next one, the Magician Blood Orb, we need 25,000 life essence in our altar. Which we do not have, but we might be able to get because the capacity runes, since they increase that amount, I don't know the percentage they increase it by, so I don't know how many we need. But I'll play around with those and look at crafting some of those and get them ready for next episode. But in the meantime, we are out of time for today, so I hope you all enjoy this. We are making some pretty good progress in blood magic. We're getting a decent amount of stuff made. Yeah, got our seer sigil in there now. We're getting a decent amount of stuff made. We got some sigils. We got the demonic will problem figured out for the moment. Yeah, I'm very happy with how this is going. We're already, I think, a little bit past where I previously had figured out how to get to in this mod. I don't think I ever made a tier 4 altar. I don't think I ever got past basics on tier 3. But still, this is great. So, we'll continue this next time. I might see about altering this setup slightly, such as spawning the mobs in a room, just like the Ghast over here, or Ghast, the Wither over here, and just teleporting them to that spot above the altar. We'll see. I gotta play around with that and see if that's gonna be our best step. But, yeah, for now it's gonna be it. So, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all had a great day, and I will see you all next time.